Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today on the crew, going to be doing a little bit of a tour, essentially. I'm going to go for a drive around the map to the various racetracks, some real, some fictional, around the game world. Because one of the things with a very, very large map is that it is easy for it to be a little bit boring. It's easy for it to be a little bit bland and have not much to do. I think Fuel, for example. Fuel is a massive, massive game. I never actually enjoyed playing it that much. I found the map was a little bit dull. And my first road trip on this game, I went across America. Essentially, I kind of went across the top bit of America. I thought the map was actually pretty good. I thought there was enough to do. There was enough to kind of distract me along the way. There was enough to find that a big old road trip was a very, very interesting experience, and I'm kind of curious to see if that is the same for other ways around the map and other bits and pieces. This is a really, really weird place. So, yeah, the goal of today is we're going to trundle our way through the Everglades. We're going to head up towards the Miami touring car circuit, and then we will head on north, essentially. We will see if we can get all the way up to here, the Jersey racetrack. Now, these are fictional. I don't know if they're based on any real circuits, or maybe they're based on like a real circuit location, but no actual, like this might be based on Homestead's location, but not the actual licensed circuit. But that looks a little bit like Malaysia, to be honest. Either way, or Sepang, I guess you should say. Either way, yeah, we're going to go for a tour. We're going to go for a tour. It's only a 3-mile jaunt from here. Is this water drive-throughable in the Raptor? Oh, it is! I mean, I could also get the jet sprint out. Probably have a little bit more of a tough time in the powerboat. I'm going to focus primarily on the cars. I mean, planes, I'll be honest, planes a little bit difficult to, I say, make exciting. What? These are very strange plants. With the aircraft world, you're up in the air, and yes, that is technically the most efficient way of travelling this distance. Of course it is going to be, but there's also not too much going on. I don't know what... I was hoping that the Everglades thing that popped up there, can I nudge a caravan into some water? Probably not. Probably not going to let us do that. I was hoping when the thing popped up that whatever it was going to be easily within visual range. Oh! Alligators. Was there 3 of them? 2 of them? Hello, wildlife. No, there are 3! There are 3 alligators. Oh, they're gone. Right, do you actually swim? Do you have swimming physics, or do you just waddle? Are you just going to waddle your way? I mean, I guess it isn't very deep water. Are you still waddling? We've got waddle gators. Yes, we've got one. We have got 3 waddle gators. Let's not worry too much about them. We are in a big old truck. They're having a... I saw you dance. You were dancing. You were having a party. I was going to come and join in. Were you having a party because you scared away? Were you trying to scare away the waddle gators? Perhaps that's what they were running away from. No? You're not going to have a party? That's disappointing. That is very disappointing. Also, 2 of you are clones, I think. Are the other guys clones? You know what? Let's not ask too many questions. Let's just vacate the area, shall we? Well, already we have found curious occurrences. Apparently there is a pink photo opportunity. I think that's for the flamingos. I seem to remember that coming up previously. I mean, yeah, the Everglades are perhaps not going to be the most exciting of places to start. It's kind of rather flat, and we're now going to get... Oh, God, I forgot we've got like 8 gears in this thing. What are you... Oh, you're just a camper van with a trailer. Oh, you're a big speedboat. Big speedboat. We're going to have a bleepy bleepy. As I said before, I'm not actually 100% sure if these bleeps get reset randomly around the place or whether they're just a fixed amount of them, and that's that. It'd be cool if they were just kind of randomly dropped into the map every day or every game day or whatever, just so you could, have kind of more stuff to find. We've got some interesting old scenery going on through here. Got some big old... Yeah, some big old trees. I don't know if that's the giant tree I'm supposed to be looking at. Normally I thought it pings up like green if it's where you're supposed to be going, essentially. But apparently apparently, well, apparently it's not doing that, or I've just not found the right places. Okay, so that was a little jaunt through the Everglades. As I said, probably a pretty good place for prattling around with a jet sprint. You want me to go over here? The sat-nav is not the most intelligent thing, I'm going to be honest. The sat-nav, it doesn't... It realises you can go in any vehicle and sometimes doesn't expect you to be driving and just decides, you know what, go across this way. And that will be that. So, you've got to be mindful. I'm in a big Raptor. I can, you know, mostly go wherever is required. However, it would be nice if the sat-nav vaguely didn't take you off-road. So, oh, okay, to slow us down. We are here to the starting area. It'll change us into... Oh, we get to loan a vehicle. That's cool. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with this. Oh, that's reverse. The 300 SLR. Ah, happy memories of this car in Forza. One of my go-to race cars. Bloody fast vehicle. Although, admittedly, it's not the hardtop version. It's a big... If only we get to keep this car. I'm having a feeling we're not. Unfortunately, the Mercedes X-Class that you get gifted at the start of the game is the only race I've seen that has given you a car. Would be nice if we got gifted one of these. I would be very happy if we happened to be gifted a 300 SLR. Now, can we? Oh, we're gonna have some talking from the driver. I should probably turn those off. Turn them off, to be honest. They're just annoying, basically. The voice acting and so on. Oh, I'm going to have a crash with a many million... There are probably more of these racing here than there are in existence. I don't know. Oh, apparently I... Excuse me, car. Apparently I downshifted. Now, this really does look quite... That looks a lot like the Sepang circuit. Have we got a Malaysia replica going on here? I mean, the actual layout of the actual way we're kind of driving around the track, these have got stacks of different layouts going on in them, so they're not the easiest to keep track of, but that does vary. I mean, you know, the Malaysia circuit has got a very unique look to it, if you like, and yeah, this kind of feels a little bit like that. We're going to do a little better. That's what we want to see. No more crashing. Many million pounds. This race here is actually pretty tough. I was going to talk about the AI difficulty when it comes to the touring cars. Is a little bit has been a little bit weak on the most part. It has been fairly mundane. And while sometimes the rubber banding AI will ping itself back up to you, with the touring car racing, I haven't actually really seen it do that. I've got to the lead and then vanished away, and they've not really had much in terms of an answer. Here, I mean, we're kind of keeping pace with them. Oh, we've not quite got the gear ratios. It doesn't feel in the right places. We're going to give Rachel a push through the corner. We're probably going to have to get a top 3 if we want to progress. Thankfully, everyone's freaked out around the final corner. Now they go back to doing their normal, slightly derpy AI things. Will you please shut up so I can hear the engine? Why? Why have you feel the need to talk I mean, I say that and I'm talking, but why does a game character feel the need to talk constantly? It's my job to talk constantly while driving, not game character. Oh, I've done stuffed it all up here. Let's try and save this with a little squirt of nitro. It does seem that the game has become very kind all of a sudden. The first 2 races were difficult, and then all of a sudden it has decided, okay, you know what, you should probably be getting some progress out of this, so we're going to be nice, and we're going to just slow everybody down. If you fancy doing that around the final corner, because some races I need to win, some races I need to come in the top 3, don't know which one this is. I'm hoping we might actually be able to get a win. Yep, because they don't know how to take the final corner. Doesn't matter then. Woohoo! Victory! Was it a need to win? No, it's just a top 3. That's alright. That was a real tough race. Okay, I did a couple of silly things. On my own. But that was actually a fairly tough race for the first couple of laps, and then they just forgot how to take the final corner, and that made life very easy for me. The exhaust is also very strange on the side of this. Is that how the actual car was? I genuinely don't know. I mean, this is a touring car. Did you gift me the Mercedes? Or was that just a... Here's a picture of the Mercedes. Please tell me you've gifted me a Mercedes. I'll be really, really happy if you give... It's a good day! This is why we do a random road trip across the middle of nowhere, because apparently the game likes giving us Mercedes, and we've got a 300 SLR. I'm very happy. Oh, that is excellent news. I mean, I was going to show off... I have got a different car that I went and bought, or spent many monies on. Oh, wow, we've got a lot of exhausts for touring cars. These all come off the... Mercedes, the other Mercedes. I've got a lot of Mercedes. I guess the game's like... I don't think the game's sponsored by Mercedes, but the game's liking giving away Mercedes. We got the 300 SLR. That was part of the season part, or the season pass of the Gold Edition, or whatever. There's a Porsche. Where was the other Mercedes? Oh, the X-Class, of course. What am I doing? I'm a Muppet. Yeah, we got given that one. Apparently, we go to a Mercedes race, and that's when we get cars. What I was going to go and drive was the Maserati MC12, because I went and bought this. I was going to need a hypercar at some point. I know technically not quite yet, but we were going to need a hypercar at some point, and I had the money, and I haven't seen the MC12 in a game for a little while, and I thought, you know what? Let's go and buy this. It's only 350,000. I'm sure I'll make that money back up again in the fairly quick time. So... that was the Miami racetrack. We are going to head up towards... Is that... Oh, no, it's not. I wanted that to look like a little mini dirt track or something. I think it's just the houses' roads look... They just happen to look a little bit like a... Oh, I took the waypoint away from where it was before. Remove waypoint. Are we going to have a... Do you not actually show them like the route you're taking on the overview? Oh. Okay. Apparently not. We need to find a way out of here. 25-mile trip. It reckons. It will be 25 miles gone pretty rapidly when you've got, say, Maserati to power through the 25 miles. But it is a case of, let's see what sort of... Okay, you know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Okay, we're going to cheat a little bit here just to get us out of the track because it's a little fiddly. Oh, crap. I wanted to go car. There we go. Oh, bugger. I've done goofed completely. I want to get... Probably I should set this as my favourite for now. Because I want to drive... Oh, drive the hypercar category of vehicle. Because why not? Why not, indeed? Let's just go and take a small... Oh, we're going to go off the motorway. Motorway's a little bit boring, but... Maybe there'll be fun and games. Like, one of the great things about the original Crew when it came to the big old... Oh, I'm not going where I want to. When it came to the long road trips, when it came to, you know, going from point A to point B, if you didn't want to just, you know, teleport your way around, on the motorways, they gave you various games to do along the way. You had all of the little challenges to complete it, you know, slaloms, some long jumps, various other bits and pieces. And I'm curious to know whether we're going to come across similar things in all of this, whether we're going to come across randomly blinking trucks. I mean, randomly blinking trucks does not seem like a particularly good thing for us to have to deal with. It is a thing that we're going to have to deal with. However, it doesn't seem like a particularly good one. We'll just jump on the brakes through there. We've got various records going on, which I don't quite know how they work. They seem to be able to be set anywhere on the map if you want to try and beat them. So you can try and go... I don't know. But they're not as good as the like little mini games. I want to see some slaloms a lot. The first Crew was pretty good at having a lot of those. This seems to have less of them. Whether we will come across any naturally as we are driving around. The MC12 hits about 200, and that is all we have got. It is a beautiful sunset that we have going on here. We are kind of catching up to an AI, I think. By the looks of it, we've only got AI players around now. Whoa! I thought I could wipe out on something there. You, of course, will find players sometimes. I don't know whether my internet's having issues or the servers are down or whatever. But yeah, you will find players, you know, wandering around. We've actually found a little group of people. Whoop! I found... Oh, they're Just doing some wheelies on the bikes. Hello. Bye-bye. It's made the journey so much better. That has made the journey so much better. I have completed a little speed trap. Get 111 miles an hour. I would have been doing 211, but I got distracted by a bike having a crash. It was quite funny. Maybe they were just people. Just their game tags looked like a random AI driver. Because there are random AI groups that you find, and I don't know. I have no idea. But if it was an AI, congratulations on crashing into a car. And if it was a human player, congratulations on crashing into a car. I don't know if I won anything from that particular little speed camera. Like 111 doesn't really feel particularly fast. The fact that I could do that in just about anything, you know, not particularly fast, but there we go. We go into. I might have to turn off the motorway if I get bored. If we're not finding much fun and games to do along here, we'll have to turn off. Oh crap! Oh crap! I found fun and games in the oncoming lane. Kind of. It was a little bit eager on the old resetting there, game. At least I want to see the mayhem that has gone on. When I bump into a car at 200 miles an hour, I want to see the physics ball. Don't just reset. Don't cheap out. Don't cheap out on the physics ball. Oh, we've got a bleepy. Shall we have a look for the bleepy while we're here? Okay, so we're still facing the right direction. No, okay, so we've gone past it. Somewhere off in this direction. Yeah, you just keep... It will stop bleeping. It's not so much like a normal radar. It will stop bleeping when you're not looking at it. So it's kind of easier to guide you towards something. You over here? I think somewhere. It sounds... Ah. That looks like it. I don't know if the different colours relate to how rare the parts are that are in it, but I will take that. Thank you very much. I still don't remember which colours are good for which bits. Loot! I've figured out there is loot. Loot! And we got a new gearbox and a new brakes. New brakes, probably the better way to put that. Not that I haven't actually unlocked hypercar events as of yet. I like that the game it doesn't lock away cars that you can't do the events for yet. This is for the next level up for me when I will get hypercar events. But if you've got the money, you can go and buy what you want. And I like that the game will allow you to do that. Often games will, you know, if the events are locked, you won't be able to get the cars for it. But if you really want to go and drive Maserati MC12, you've got 350,000, then you can go and buy it immediately without having to worry about the hypercar events. And it does look like with the kind of normal events, if you aren't interested in one event, you can still probably get through the game without ever really having to do it. Shall we have a look, see if there is a more interesting way to go, perhaps, across here? Sure, you know what? Let's go. We're going to come off there, and we're going to head left. We're going to go wander up this way, I think. Possibly. Is that actually a road, or is that a, like, train line? That's a train line. Okay, maybe not. So, I mean, to answer your question, or to answer the question of if you're going on an adventure, is there going to be stuff to do along the way? It does depend on, you know, what route you're going to take. It does very much depend on where you're going to head. Can you get stuck just flying down the motorway? Yeah. Yeah, you can. This, apparently, was not the greatest of options for a journey. That happens. You know, and that's kind of why I set out on this, to see what, on just a random jaunt between two. I mean, it's still a pretty game. I mean, there's still, like, a lot of interesting scenery. Shall we? I say interesting scenery. Like, you go through various different biomes. I call them biomes. Got a little bit of tunnel blasting, because why not? But yeah, you've got all of these various different areas. You're never spending too long looking at the same sort of scenery. You know, we've gone from the Everglades, we've gone through a forest. Now we're kind of driving across some... Whoa, hello, traffic. Now we're driving across some massive bloody bridges over here, which is... I mean, this is a mad junction, just built out to sea, because why not? Why wouldn't we build a big old junction in the middle of the ocean? I mean, I guess there's nowhere else you could put it at all. Oh, bugger. Hello, traffic. This is surprisingly dense bit of traffic. Like, just one little bit of traffic. Traffic is also another interesting... I've not really paid too much attention. This is the heaviest traffic I've seen in the game. Okay. Is this a particularly bad bit? Some open world games you get lots of traffic on. Others, you know, keep traffic to 1 or 2 cars here and there. That's... I mean... Yeah, this is pretty severe. It's actually going on for a decent length of time. I'm kind of... I mean, I can't really go ludicrously fast here because it's not very wide and everything is stacked up. I mean, that adds... I'd say it adds another challenge. I am bumping into everything. Oh, we've bumped into a lot of cars. I might have spun somebody. That's a surprisingly large number of traffic spawning in one place at one time. Have we found like a busy area? I was busy looking at the random domes, half expecting a big laser cannon to appear from them. Can we have a big laser cannon, please? No? No big laser cannon? Disappointing. We're heading towards... I think... New York? Are we going to go through? Oh, traffic again. Ugh. Yeah, there does very much seem to be pockets. If you're like away from lots of players, if you're kind of on your own, the game will decide, you know what? You know what you need? A bunch of cars to keep you... I mean, I agree with that. I just wish they were slightly faster moving cars. Also, it doesn't... Another thing with I guess you could say map design, world design, it doesn't fall into the trap that you often see with these open world racing games, whereby... And Crew 1 did this a little bit as well, whereby every motorway is so wide that you can very easily weave in and out of the traffic. You know, it's not difficult at all to go flat out with minimal care, because there's, you know, huge amounts of runoff area, well, not say runoff area, like huge amounts of hard shoulder, huge amount of central reservation, whereas with this, if I'm trying to drive this without crashing, yeah, I can ping off everything if I want to, that's not a problem. But if I want to do this without pinging off of the wall, or without scraping it along the wall, even scraping along the wall, occasionally you get flung out into traffic. Oh! Sudden jump! Woohoo! Oh, we nearly aerial attacked a minivan or something. Oh, no, we don't want that one. Yeah, I'm actually more kind of surprised / impressed that the motorways are pretty narrow. The motorways are pretty narrow. And there was a decent amount of traffic in places. Now we've got into New York and there's nothing. All of the traffic was on the motorway. But if the game wants to give you traffic in a particular area, it sure as bloody hell can. And we've now started getting some taxis around the place. Oh, I've missed the junction. I got distracted by the big yellow flashing sign. Taxis have disappeared. Okay, so traffic kind of spawns and respawns. And look, it's a little bit funky. However, when there is heavy traffic, it's certainly something you've got to pay attention to. We are 3 miles away from our destination. Again, as ever, as I say with this game, yeah, it's nowhere near perfect. The physics will not be to everyone's liking. When doing this, the physics is fun. You know, the driving's pretty damn good, actually. It's a lot of the off-roading, bouncing around is where I have the biggest concerns with it. However, as a case of I've just... Well, I say whoa, hello. Got through that gap very poorly. Yeah, if I was playing through the story mode in this, if I was wanting to earn some money, if I was wanting to get through the game quickly, I wouldn't have gone and done this road trip, if you like. But the fact is, I've spent 20 or so minutes driving between two racetracks, between our start location and 2 racetracks. And I've kind of just enjoyed the drive. I've just enjoyed driving the car. Oh, there is a plane up ahead. There's a Gliscor flying around and a plane up ahead. Now we've got more traffic to contend with. We have made our way to the... Right, we made our way to the headquarters place. That's the race team headquarters. We have not quite made our way. We've got a mile to go still. Oh, hello. Maybe it's a mile to get into the circuit. Might well be that. What I have learned from this jaunt is that, oh god, the traffic, or certainly on the narrower motorways, it actually can get quite interesting, can get quite crowded. The game gives you free Mercedes, which is always nice. Getting a free car, cannot complain, especially not a 300 SLR, special coupe version. And I quite like my Maserati. I do quite like the Maserati.
Like
and there we go. The
Don't think of that as a
Jersey racetrack. We have made it. Yeah, if you're stuck on motorways travelling your way across the map, I would perhaps like more of the mini games around the place. As you level up, there will be more unlocked, but I still think there is only a finite resource of them, if you like. If we can kind of show, when you look at it on like a map scale like this, it's a little bit. It's all very well having a look at it like this, but admittedly we just about do the journey with one of the fewest. But I would perhaps like more of these. I mean, they're just small little challenges. So if you are road tripping, if you are travelling from, you know, point A to point B, stick plenty of them around on the motorways and whatnot. There are these highlights that you can try and beat, and you'll set them, and your friends can try and beat. Potentially over time, you'll have lots of different things to be doing, but they're only sort of speeds and drifts. Yeah, I would perhaps like a little bit more of the challenges to go along with, but yeah, I don't find this. It might only be my opinion. Not everyone is going to agree with me on this, and certainly not on this game. But
don't think of that as a problem.
I find it as a fairly entertaining, just point and drive. There's stuff to see. There's stuff to see, there's stuff to do, and you can laugh when a random person smacks their bike into an oncoming AI car. Or you can chase crocodiles / alligators around the place, even when you are on the motorway. The scenery, at least, is constantly changing because the map's sort of scaled to whatever. I'm kind of more impressed and enjoyed my journey across there than I thought, perhaps, especially just being stuck on motorways. But there we go. If people like this sort of thing, maybe I'll continue. Driving will go and tour all of the different racetracks around the crew too, and see what the rest of the map is like in a variety of different cars. But that is going to be it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.